3 things that really changed my life and could change yours. Stay with me because I'm going to share something that is really valuable to everybody in this life. One of the things that helped me make those changes in my life was getting to know Imman Gadzhi. This video is not about him, but in this video I want to share with you the things that I learned from him that really helped me go ahead with my life and the few changes that I had to introduce in my daily life. Everybody speaks nowadays about being successful, about happiness, and about how to reach that beautiful state of mind that Tony Robbins has mentioned before. To me, what matters the most is that you go step by step. I know we don't have too much time in life so as to go slowly, but there is no plan that is one size fits all. We all need to adapt the things we learn in life to our current situation, to our own possibilities. And as Jim Rohn says, success is attracted by the person that you become. In this video, I just want to share with you 3 things that really changed my life. I got to the United States when I was already 42 years old. I'm coming from a communist country. I literally had to run away from communism, and I got here with my wife and daughter. 2 years later, another daughter was born, and so my family of 4 struggled to go ahead in a new environment, in a new life. Fortunately, I did speak the language, but neither my daughter nor my wife spoke a word in English. For my daughter, being 9 years old at the time, it was a piece of cake. Just in a few months, she had grabbed the tools of the language and she was able to communicate. For my wife, it has been uphill all the time. She doesn't speak the language even today. She was a doctor in Cuba. She could not work as a doctor here just because of that barrier that made it impossible for her to revalidate or to go through the studies to become at least a registered nurse here in the United States. For myself, even though it was not easy at all, at least I spoke the language. But we got here only with a bag with our clothes and another bag full of dreams with a few $1,000s. No work permit, no housing, nothing here, just to start from scratch. So you do your math and then you will realize how difficult it is. The first thing that really changed my life was reading. Books are a treasure. Why reinventing the wheel when you can go to the books and find out all the things that you need through the books? I know nowadays people have access to the internet and they have access to podcasts and YouTube videos. When I say reading, I don't refer only to books, although I also read a lot of books. I read for at least 1 hour every single day of my life, and that has really made an influence and has changed my life in many respects. This is one of the things that I'm trying to teach my daughter. She is 14 right now. The second thing that I learned from Imman Gadzhi that really changed my life was meditating every single day. I had already heard many people talking about it, but I thought it was something that didn't make any sense for me. I didn't picture myself sitting down for 10-15 minutes just meditating, and I knew it was very difficult for me to focus and to avoid all the thoughts, the bunch of thoughts that came to my mind at the same time, because I was a very wary person that had to deal with many things, including the stress of living in a new country, the second language, and all the things that probably I mentioned before. When I started meditating, my life changed. It is like putting a pause. It is like just teaching your body as if it was a beast that you could sit down there and say, okay, this is what we're going to do, and you're not the one that is ruling my life. I will tell you how we will proceed from here. I had a terrible situation when driving because I could say that I was suffering from road rage. Coming from Cuba, I was very aggressive while driving there, and I learned defensive driving only by meditating and picturing myself in those situations. I'm far from being an expert on the field. I could say I'm a pioneer on it, I'm a learner, but I can tell you, if you apply meditating to your life, it doesn't have to be for an hour, it doesn't have to be for a very long time, but devote as much time as you can and you will see the effect it will have in your mental health. Remember, it's not about physical fitness only. You also need mental health. If you are not fit in your mind, then you will be struggling in your life. So my piece of advice would be on this: devote at least 10 minutes every single day of your life to meditate, or at least to sit quietly and stop and put a pause in your life until things get better. The third thing is building an abundance mindset. And this is something that I'm quoting from Iman Gachi. I really got it from him. First, I watched a video on TikTok, and then I went to YouTube and found the video by Iman Gachi in which he shares the 7 habits that made him a millionaire at the age of 21. I was watching this video from Iman Gachi. He's a very young man and he's a multi-millionaire. And he was talking about a tattoo that he's got on his arm here. His tattoo read, "My cup runneth over," Psalm 23:5. And he explained that he just tattooed that on his arm because of the meaning it had for him. I absolutely loved it. It's about abundance and how we live with abundance in our life. We have everything we need. God will always give us everything. My wife went to a store yesterday and she wanted to buy a cup for me. Now she finds this beautiful cup that she liked. Check the cup. Is exactly the same. Psalm 23:5, just like the one that Iman Gachi showed me on his arm. Do you believe it is a coincidence? Is it something that we attracted to our life? And an abundance mindset doesn't mean how much you have in your bank account or how much you have in your life. It's nothing that you measure immaterial things in possessions, although, and I won't elaborate on this because this is not the point of my video, money is really important in your life. But the abundance mindset is how rich your life is. How happy you are with your life, with your lifestyle, with the kind of life that you're living today. Probably you are the kind of person that has a lot of money but lack happiness, or probably you don't have the relationship that you need in your life, or you are the kind of person that even when you're surrounded by people, you feel completely lonely. That is not abundance. To be abundant is to be happy, to appreciate the things that you have in life and not to be sad for those that you lack. You can always fight for the things that you want to get, for the things that you want to achieve in your life, but from an abundance mentality, from an abundance mindset. You can see that your cup is half full, or you can see that it is half empty. It's up to you. And I want to close what I've been saying so far about this third one with a phrase by Charles R. Swindoll when he said that life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you react to it. I truly hope that my video at least serves as an inspiration for you. Remember, getting to this country at the age of 42 with nothing in our pockets and facing a new life with a wife and daughter that didn't speak the language, sometimes it is good to be in some other people's shoes. I will really appreciate if you leave me your comments here. I will leave you the link to Iman Gachi's video in the description. We will be very happy to hear your thoughts.